listen to stories, and appreciate idioms. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Encountering Chinese, Encountering Idioms. Today, the idiom we are going to encounter is
天罗地网
Let's break it down and read it slowly.
天罗地网天罗地网天罗地网天
means heaven.
罗
refers to a bird-catching net.
地
means earth.
网
means net or web.
天罗地网
literally meaning nets in the sky and traps on the ground, implies that nets are spread everywhere, both in the sky and on the ground. Now it metaphorically refers to a tight encirclement, often indicating tight precautions against enemies or fugitives. The idiom
天罗地网
originated from Li Shouqing's
五元吹箫
during the Yuan dynasty. The original text states,
若不是华健来说就理，道破了这丝谎，险些儿被转入天罗地网。
The meaning of this phrase is that if it weren't for Hua Jian's timely exposure of this person's lies, we would have almost been tricked into a trap. The historical allusion behind this phrase is as follows. During the spring and autumn period in ancient China, there was a sycophant named Fei Wuji who was close to King Ping of Chu. On one occasion, Fei Wuji was sent by King Ping to Qin to welcome the bride of Crown Prince Hua Jian. When Fei Wuji saw the bride, he found her to be extremely beautiful and thought of using her to please King Ping. So, Fei Wuji advised King Ping, saying, "Your Majesty, I have heard that the bride of Crown Prince Hua Jian is exceptionally beautiful. Instead of marrying such a beautiful woman to Crown Prince Hua Jian, why not take her as your own concubine? Wouldn't that be better?" The foolish King Ping actually thought that Fei Wuji made sense and kept the beautiful bride as his own concubine. When the ministers in the court learned about this, it became a scandal that caused a great uproar. Fei Wuji knew that Wu Shi, the teacher of Crown Prince Hua Jian, was a very upright minister. If Wu Shi were to find out about this, he would surely punish Fei Wuji. Therefore, Fei Wuji planned to find an opportunity to frame Wu Shi. Fei Wuji went to King Ping and spoke ill of Wu Shi. Without conducting any investigation, the foolish King Ping accused Wu Shi of crimes and punished him. This poor loyal minister, without any chance to defend himself, was thus framed by Fei Wuji and ultimately died with grievances. Even after the death of Wu Shi, Fei Wuji remained anxious. He was worried that Crown Prince Hua Jian would seek revenge for Wu Shi. So, he persuaded King Ping to send Crown Prince Hua Jian to the border to guard the frontier. Then, he secretly hired an assassin to go to the border and assassinate Hua Jian. Fortunately, Hua Jian received the news in advance and fled from his station location that night. Hua Jian knew that Wu Shi had a son named Wu Yuan, who was stationed in the border city of Fanqing. He went there and informed Wu Yuan of the truth about his father and family being killed. He warned Wu Yuan, saying, "I have heard that Fei Wuji has sent his son, Fei Dixiong, to Fanqing, intending to deceive you into returning to the capital and then kill you. It's too dangerous. You must not go back with him. Upon hearing this news, Wu Yuan was extremely angry. He said indignantly, "Fei Wuji is truly ruthless, and how could King Ping of Chu listen to the words of such a treacherous courtier? We should now devise a plan to deal with Fei Dexiong and find an opportunity to kill Fei Wuji." A few days later, as expected, Fei Dexiong arrived in Fancheng. When he saw Wu Yuan, he pretended and said, "King Ping of Chu knows that you have made significant military achievements in Fancheng and wishes to reward you generously. Start your journey immediately and return to the capital with me to receive your rewards." Wu Yuan deliberately asked Fei Dexiong, "I haven't been back to the capital for half a year. I wonder if my father and family are safe now?" Upon hearing this, Fei Dexiong put on a hypocritical smile and said, "The Wu family can be said to be the most prosperous family in the capital. Your family members are all living happily and in good health. There is no other family that can compare to the Wu family." Wu Yuan became extremely angry. He couldn't suppress his rage and grabbed Fei Dexiong's collar, scolding him fiercely. "You villains! You dared to kill my entire family. And now you shamelessly say that my family is prosperous." Fei Dexiong believed that Wu Yuan couldn't possibly know the truth of the matter, so he asked him to find witnesses to prove it. Furious, Wu Yuan replied, "If it weren't for Crown Prince Hua Jian personally coming here and telling me the truth, exposing your lies, I would have been deceived into the inescapable trap you set, the heavenly net and earthly web." Fei Dexiong realized that his conspiracy had been exposed and fell silent, unable to say a word. Enraged, Wu Yuan couldn't restrain himself any longer and gave Fei Dexiong a severe beating. Because of this, he could no longer stay in the state of Chu. Wu Yuan left Chu and went to the state of Wu. At first, he was worried that the people of Wu would recognize him, so he disguised himself as a beggar and performed on the streets. However, his exceptional skills quickly caught the attention of the king of Wu. Surprisingly, the king of Wu did not cause him trouble because he was a former general of Chu. Not only that, but the king of Wu cherished his talent and invited him to hold a high position in Wu. In the end, Wu Yuan used his wisdom and courage to help Wu defeat Chu, and he avenged his family. In this story, Wu Yuan used the phrase,
天罗地网,
to describe how the capital had become a carefully arranged trap by Fei Wuji to capture him. Here's another story. During the Ming Dynasty, Emperor Zhu Di implemented a policy of purging inside and outside to suppress political opposition and prevent rebellions from turning into full-scale wars. Among his loyal generals was a clever and resourceful commander named Li Shouxin. Li Shouxin not only possessed exceptional martial skills but also remarkable strategic thinking, which earned him the trust of Emperor Zhu Di. One day, news reached the court that a group of rebels was planning to overthrow the imperial government and incite a rebellion. Emperor Zhu Di assigned Li Shouxin to suppress the uprising and eliminate the rebel forces. Upon receiving the news, Li Shouxin immediately commenced an investigation to swiftly eradicate the rebel forces. He personally delved into the local communities, gathering intelligence and mobilizing local officials and civilians to participate in the crackdown against the rebels. Li Shouxin employed a series of clever strategies, engaging in a battle of wits against the rebel forces. During the process of gathering intelligence, he discovered that the rebels were disguised among the common people, covertly transmitting the information. To expose their conspiracy, Li Shouxin utilized informants, spies, and other means, weaving a heavenly net and earthly web that covered the entire capital. He set traps to lure the rebels deeper, coaxing them to expose themselves. Simultaneously, he swiftly acted upon the intelligence gathered by spies, pinpointing the rebel members and their strongholds. He stationed ambushes at vital locations throughout the city, encircling the rebel factions and launching sudden attacks. In the end, Li Shouxin successfully captured the rebel leader, ensuring that he faced the appropriate punishment. As for the other rebel elements, with their leader captured and nowhere to escape, they were ultimately apprehended and brought to justice one by one. The large-scale uprising envisioned by the rebels completely failed. This successful suppression operation brought stability to the imperial court and ensured the people were spared from the horrors of war. In this story, Li Shouxin employed the concept of a
天罗地网
to capture the rebel insurgents, leading to the restoration of order in the court and ensuring peace for the people. Two stories have been told. Next, let's review the idiom we encountered today.
天罗地网天罗地网
Finally, let's use
天罗地网
to make a sentence.
警察布下了天罗地网，终于捕获了凶犯。警察布下了天罗地网，终于捕获了凶犯。
That's all for today's Encountering Idioms. If you like it, please like and subscribe. See you next time.